Jalen Brunson may be on his way to New York. What more can you tell us?
The Knicks are offering a lot more money, a much bigger role, and obviously there's some deep family ties.
It's an awful idea. Bill Simmons put it perfectly when he called it the saddest sweepstakes ever. The Jalen Brunson sweepstakes.
Brunson's just not a game changer. Maybe I'm wrong. Consider me remarkably skeptical that that's the case. I don't love the Jalen Brunson signing. I think it's too much money.
Trading their first round pick away. And for what? To go all in on clearing cap space in hopes of signing Jalen Brunson?
Is Jalen Brunson one of the 10 best point guards in basketball? Maybe he's 10th.
And Jalen Brunson isn't the answer.
His next level. Some would call him most improved. Brunson lays it in, and we're starting to hear some MVP chants inside the Philly building. That is just unheard of.
And I'll challenge anybody to tell me a better pickup in free agency than what Jalen Brunson has meant to the New York Knicks.
Jalen Brunson has agreed to a 4-year, $156.5 million extension. Had he waited until next season to extend, he would have been eligible to make $113 million more.
What he did for the Knicks, I think, has shocked everybody. I mean, I knew he was a good player, but he's been great since he got to New York.
If I'm Jalen Brunson, I'm taking every dime that I earn, every dime that I deserve, because the future isn't promised. I don't understand that move.
Do I wish he maxed out the dollars or got all the bank? Yes, but this is a good deal for him. He's where he wants to be. I think everyone's happy.
The New York Knicks are a franchise that has been deprived of a deep playoff run since the days of Patrick Ewing. They had 2 runs in the 90s that included the 1993-94 season and the 1999-2000 season. However, as good as those teams were, they could not capture a championship. Fast forward in time, the Knicks would make what was a blockbuster trade for Carmelo Anthony in hopes of bringing some more star power to New York as well as competing for a championship, but as we all know, that didn't happen with that era of the team, with their best run being a conference semifinal appearance. So fast forwarding once again, the Knicks decided to trade for Jalen Brunson, another light-skinned brother from the East Coast, after the Dallas Mavericks refused to give him the 4-year, $55 million deal that he was looking for, which, looking back at it now, would have been a complete steal. But honestly, if he would have not gone to New York, he probably and more than likely would not have turned into the player that we see today. So for me and many basketball fans alike, I am very thankful that he did not stay in Dallas. Nothing against Dallas, but sometimes you need to be put in certain situations to unlock that dog that has been inside of you all along. And with the recent move Jalen Brunson made, it may help secure the longer-awaited NBA Finals run and championship that many New York Knicks fans have been hoping for. So, we're going to talk about this New York Knicks team, what I like, what I love, and the concerns that I have about them, as well as the $100 million pay cut that Jalen Brunson just took, as the Villanova Knicks are going all in. But before we talk about that, make sure that you guys like, comment, and also subscribe to this channel. We just hit 2,000 subscribers the other day, and we're on the way to 5K now. That journey starts, so become a subscriber and help a brother out. And with that, let's get into this video. So let's start with the man of the hour, Jalen Brunson, who just took what technically is a $100 million or so pay cut by signing an extension with the Knicks early to help keep Mikal Bridges long term, along with other things. Jalen Brunson is a guy who last year averaged 28 points per game, 47% from the field, and 40% from three-point range. The man deserves every single penny from the Knicks that he can get, but he decided to make a potential championship run move by signing early, and he will definitely, in my opinion, be a top 5 MVP candidate this season. More on Jalen Brunson a little bit later. Let's talk about some of the key guys for this team, starting with Josh Hart, a 3-and-D guy, energizer bunny, 6-man, but can fill in at any time in his starting lineup if he needs to. Everything that you would want in a Swiss Army knife type of player. Hopefully Coach Tibbs does not run him into the ground, because we all know he will play all 48 if Tibbs allows him to. Davinci, a 15 points per game guy, has championship experience with the Bucks, and as we saw last year, can go off in games if need be. He had 2 30-point games in the last playoff series against the Pacers, albeit in losing efforts. He is definitely a guy who can provide some support if somebody has has an off night. OG Anunoby, great size, can defend, also knocks down shots. Mitchell Robinson, a guy with great size as well, 7 foot tall, very athletic for his frame. Someone who is going to be needed in order to defend these superstar tall guys. Talking about Giannis, talking about Embiid, Wemby, etc. Now, he isn't the biggest in terms of frame, but he's not skinny by any means. However, he could benefit from the Giannis diet and training plan. And speaking on centers and taller guys, center Isaiah Hartenstein did go to the OKC Thunder. He will be missed, and hopefully for them, someone can step in and replace his contribution. Next, Julius Randle, another guy with great energy, and when he is on point, he is truly a bucket. But I do have concerns about his consistency at times, but the addition of this next player will help that a lot, because Julius Randle is not necessarily going to have to do every single thing in terms of being a second option, and that is the new addition to the Villanova Knicks, Mikal Bridges, a 19 points per game scorer who can adapt very well to any role that he's placed in given his career history. It's going to be interesting to see how he adapts to this group in particular. The combination of him, Julius Randle, and Brunson, the guys I believe are going to be the 3 primary scorers, is going to be something to watch all season long. Just remember though, even though it looks like it's going to all work out on paper fairly easy, it does take time for these guys to mesh and play well together, as long as injuries don't creep up. And I think these guys will find the groove sometime near the middle of the season. And as a team that finished this season number 2 in the Eastern Conference, they will compete with the Celtics for that number 1 seed. And out of all the teams right now in the East, I think they potentially have the best chance to knock them off. Jalen Brunson is the main man in town without question. They have a great supporting cast of guys who are willing to play the right way, guys who know their role, which is very important. Brunson is focused on one goal, and that is winning a NBA championship. And with that, I believe he may even take his game to another level. And with him taking less money, that ensures that the team gets multiple years of work together. And this still works out for Brunson in the long term. Let me explain how. So on the surface, it's around $113 million, assuming that Brunson would have taken the max next year that he has sacrificed by signing early. As more and more reports are coming out, it is being said that it's roughly $37.1 million over the next 3 years that he is sacrificing. This report is from CBS Sports, and it suggests that Brunson more than likely would not have signed for the max due to the fact that during that time he would have reached his 10th season. Reaching that season allows him to unlock what I would like to call some perks. So let's quote CBS Sports. After a player has played 10 NBA seasons, he becomes eligible for the highest possible max contract, one that starts at 35% of the salary cap. What Brunson has actually done with this extension, and what he probably would have done had he had become a free agent next offseason, was set himself up to become a free agent at that exact moment, in which he is eligible to earn the most possible money while still retaining the most possible value as a player. And as money for these players continue to rise and new TV deals come up, streaming continues to grow, and the value of everything else in this world continues to get higher and higher. Soon I won't be able to afford any type of house. I may have to stay in the shack, but I digress. Jalen Brunson is going to continue to set himself up for the most money possible down the line. And for Jalen Brunson's sake, I hope that he stays injury free, because we all know it only takes one injury for a player to lose everything. Does he already have generational type money? Yes, but we know how quickly things can change. The perfect reference to that is Isaiah Thomas with the Celtics. I still root for that man till this day, but assuming all goes well with health, with the recent development and decline of the 3-man super team due to the NBA rule changes, the Knicks are set up to compete for the next few years. So with a team that is well put together, in the near future, we may witness one of the greatest seasons in Knicks history.